Hello and welcome to Thailand, or Sawadee Ka, as they say here. A bit of a funny one, this one. Yeah, I'm coming to you from Thailand. I'm sat on a beach right now. You can probably hear the waves in the background and maybe some of the birds that are waking up. I've decided to get up nice and early for the sunrise. Our beach that we are on is facing west, so I won't see the sunrise directly. It'll be coming up from behind us. But the sky is already starting to lighten. And it's the first time this trip where I feel like we can just stop. I'm really fortunate to be able to travel out this far. We do enjoy travelling as it is, but we decided to come away for an extended period in January. Little birdie above me. Yeah, we've been gardening for probably 3-4 years now, self-employed, and the dream was always to save up enough money to go away for a month in the winter. And finally, we decided to do it this year. So we took ourselves away and we spent New Year's Eve in Bangkok, which was amazing. And then we went to Cambodia for a week. And the aim was then to come back to Thailand after that and bum around some Thai islands and just enjoy the sun. And I'm really glad we did, because at home it's -2 degrees centigrade, and oh my goodness me, it is cold back in the UK, really cold. And here it's 32 degrees most days, so it's hot, really hot. We found this beautiful island after a bit of upheaval, because we did have a few things booked in before, but where we were, we booked into a place called Railay Beach, which is supposed to be Thailand's most beautiful beach, and it is stunning. But the long-tail boats were going in and out all day and all night, ferrying tourists from the mainland. And in Railay town itself, it was full of really cool bars, but unfortunately a lot of, dare I say, lagerlouts, people who come to these islands just to get drunk and don't care about being loud. Full of those people, and that really was quite a shock, because I, maybe naively now, expected it to be a bit of a backpacker haven. I love the backpacker vibe. That's definitely more me than causing a rowdy mess. So that was quite tough to arrive back to Thailand after a week of Cambodia, where I had envisioned this really romantic trip of backpacking through Cambodia, seeing Angkor Wat, seeing all the temples, visiting Buddhist monasteries, and feeling some sort of connection there. But I didn't, because it was just so busy. Everywhere you went, there were tourists taking their stage selfies and trying to manufacture a photo which looked natural, but in actual fact it's so staged. So staged, in fact, that they missed the moment. We went to one place where we watched the sun set over the largest lake in Southeast Asia, in Cambodia, and it was beautiful. The sunset was stunning, but half the people missed it because they were curating these images of perfection, where they were not even looking at the sunset, they were looking, I don't know where they were looking, but anywhere but the camera lens and anywhere but the sunset. It was quite something. So yeah, it's been quite hard to find spirituality here, which I I found surprising because I thought, I know, we'll go to Cambodia, we'll go to Thailand, there'll be plenty of times where I can meditate and plenty of times where I can stop. And there hasn't been. Until now. So we found this beautiful place. It's about 6 to 8 kilometres long, this island, and it's fringed with beautiful beaches. There's hardly any development here. I think about 1,500 locals live on the island. And there's only a smattering of hotels, I think is probably too glamorous a word to use for them, but guest houses, bungalows, scattered around the island. And because of that, there's not a lot of infrastructure, which suits me down to the ground because it keeps the masses away. We've actually decided to extend our stay here by another night or two. We were originally here for 4 nights, so we decided to stay for 5 or 6 in total because we just want to make the most of the quiet. I've taken the opportunity to get up extra early this morning to come and place myself in a quiet part of the beach, which to be fair on this beach, all parts of it are quiet. And enjoy the sunrise, enjoy the sound of the lapping waves, enjoy the bird song, listen to the cicadas chirp away. As I sit here, there's crabs dancing back and forth along the powder sand that I'm sat on, and one's coming closer and closer to me. I don't know if it's spotted me yet. I think it's got its back to me. And in the sand, you can see these tracks, these crab tracks going back and forth, completely oblivious to the wider world around them. And I think that's what I want, what I'm inspired to talk about to you. When we were in Angkor Wat, it was a stunning place. If you get the opportunity to go, you must. I think it's fair to say the secret about Cambodia is well and truly out. So get there while you can before it turns into the next Thailand. Because give it 20, 30 years and it will be just as developed, I am sure. So if you want to see what Thailand is like, or was like, back in the good old days, then get to Cambodia now. Although I shouldn't be encouraging you to do that. But when I was in Angkor Wat, I did sit down. I found a quiet part of the temple complex to sit down and record something. It didn't quite feel right. It did feel a bit forced, so I won't use that recording. But something I noticed when I was sat there were, and it sounds really random, but the leaves that scattered the rainforest floor, or the forest floor. It was bone dry, so I can't really call it a rainforest. But the forest floor was covered in this thick layer of crispy leaves from the trees. Because we are much closer, or very close to the equator here, they don't really have seasons as I would recognise them. Winter doesn't exist here. Summer is just eternal. It's always hot here. It just depends on whether it's a dry summer or a wet summer. Those are the 2 seasons they have here, the wet season and the dry season. And we're currently in the dry season. I don't know if you can hear it, but the cicadas are suddenly really chirped up. I'll turn around to see if you can hear it. They did that last night, and we watched the sunset from the same part of the beach, and it was as if someone had flicked a switch and suddenly this cacophony of cicadas chirping away just came to life. And it was quite abrupt the way it just started, and I just noticed it's just started again. What was I saying? I was saying about the leaves. So yeah, the seasons here are dry season and wet season. And because there's no real autumn, there's always an equal amount of daylight throughout the year, the leaves on the trees are always going to be evergreen, but they do drop them. And there's a certain species of trees, I'm not sure what it's called, it just constantly drops its old leaves. As it grows new ones, it sheds its old leaves. And I really picked up on that in Angkor Wat as I was saying my little piece to microphone, as it were. And as we arrived on this island that we're on now, I noticed the same thing. The beach is covered in these brown, I'll pick one up, this brown, crinkly, almost leathery leaf. On one side it's brown and yellow, on the other side there's this rich red colour, almost like autumnal colour. And these leaves will drop 24/7. Our bungalow's just further up. It's not beachfront, but it's just further up into the woods, or the garden as it's called. And the roof of our bungalow is not thatched, it's like corrugated iron. Which means that A, it traps the heat, very much so, thank God for air conditioning. But also it means that you can hear everything that lands on it. And throughout the night, all you can hear is this pitter-patter of leaves dropping on the roof from the trees above you. And I find it quite soothing. My partner does not, finds it quite irritating, but I find it quite soothing. And that's what I'm inspired to talk to you about, or use that at least as a metaphor. It is a new year, it's 2025. Happy New Year to you. Haven't said that already, but Happy New Year. And to me, these trees, these leaves represent how we should is a difficult word to use because it implies that I'm telling you to do something, and I'm very much not of that ilk whatsoever. You do what you want, but for me at least, in my life, I'm going to try and take an example of these trees and these leaves, and bear with me on this one, but as the new growth on these trees comes through, it sheds its old leaves. To me, these are problems. These are problems that I might have. These are insecurities I have about myself, worries, concerns, baggage that are weighing me down. And like the tree, as I develop, as I grow, I would like to try and let go of those problems, try and let go of those concerns, those worries, let go of that extra weight. Metaphorically and physically on that one. I knew I have been putting on some weight over the past year or so, but this holiday really has brought it to home. The fact that I've had to shave in a beard to try and blend in a double chin that has appeared I'm not too happy about. So when I get home, I will be doing a lot more swimming and trying to watch my diet more than I have been. I knew it's coming, but this trip really has highlighted that to me. But yeah, to try and shed those issues, try and shed those baggage. But not to discard them, to learn from them. And as this tree sheds these leaves, even on this beach, they are left. The staff just clear the leaves from the path and the main beach, but further up, this very beautiful long beach, which is fringed by greenery. Underneath all of these trees is this red and golden pile of shed leaves. And eventually these leaves will break down and they will give their nutrients back to the ground where the tree can take them back up again. I just want to note that as quickly as it started, the cicadas have almost stopped. It's literally like someone has got a volume knob and they just turn the volume down on the cicadas. It's quite eerie, actually, how they all do it in unison. And with that, the birdsong has started. And as it's 2025, as it's a new year, actually the year doesn't even matter, but as it is a new year, I think it's a great time to reflect on what we are, what we have learnt, what we don't like, what we do like, and to compartmentalise, to sort those things out, and to focus on the things we want to focus on. That is certainly what I will be doing. I will be trying to relinquish the baggage, not worry about the wider world so much, try and emulate the mindset of these crabs that are going back and forth. In front of me I can see the beach is covered in them as I look. The beach is covered. There's a woman who is just taking an early morning stroll. She just waved at me. I'm far enough away that she can't hear me, but she just put her arm up and waved. I waved back, and that simple act of communication. And she's looking at the crabs, she's looking at the surf, and she's observing the world as it just wakes up. The fishermen in their long-tail boats have just started to crisscross across the water. You may be able to hear the hum of their engines in the background. And I really want to inspire you with hopefully this sound set and these words of inspiration from the trees that I've noticed around Asia, to go back to simplicity. We live such complicated lives. Even if we don't try to live complicated lives, our lives are complex. They are full of deadlines, they are full of finance, they are full of relationships, the dynamics of different relationships. Find your rhythm like the tide. Find simplicity in doing a task like the crab. Shed your load like the trees. And walk barefooted. Feel the sand between your toes. Feel the earth, feel nature. Feel the heat of the sun, feel the coolness of the water. Take your time. Go back to island life, go back to island time. Even if it's just for 5 minutes every day, or 5 minutes a week, or whatever it is, whatever works for you. Sorry to interrupt the lapping waves of Thailand, but you know the drill. Just want to remind you, you can reach out to me at the.psychic.explorer on Facebook, Threads and Instagram. Now let's get back to the waves, and just a heads up, the second part I get a bit emotional. I wasn't planning on it, but I get a bit emotional, so yeah, heads up. I did bring with me some cards. I bought my mum's scarves that they're wrapped up in. I've got 2 decks and I don't know which one to use. I think I'm going to use this one. I think I know what's in this one. I think this is the B tarot. I bought a new deck of cards before I came away, and it's it's one of my mum's old dog's cards. Hair. Oh, that's brought some emotion to me, blimey. So the story behind that is that the day that my mum died, she had a little Jack Russell, and he was the sweetest dog you would ever meet. But he was so old, so very, very old, and I think literally for about 2 years before Mum died, we said to Mum, okay, I think it's Reggie's time, Mum. He needs to go now because he is getting way too old. And he was limping and he was losing all his teeth, and his breath just stunk. Absolutely stunk. Everyone in the family was saying, you're stringing this out, and my mum would always say, no, he's got life in him yet. He's absolutely fine. But he was he was incontinent, and my mum just couldn't bear to let go of him. And the day that my mum died, my sister and I looked at each other and said, I think it's his time too. We couldn't look after him. There's just no way me and my sister could look after him. And we couldn't give him to someone else because it would be too stressful for him, just too stressful. So on the same day, we lost Mum. And we lost Reggie. And I just opened up my mum's scarf to find her deck of tarot cards, not mine. I thought I bought mine, but I bought hers because they're all wrapped up in scarves. I never know which ones are which. And as I opened them up, I found one of Reggie's hairs. So I will keep that in there as a reminder. Oh, I do apologise. I did not expect to do this. But I will shuffle these cards and see what comes up. I don't know Oracle. I'm sorry, I don't know tarot like Shelley does. In the last episode, Shelley sharing from Soulful Tarot. Go and follow her and all that. She. Oh, okay. There's a card that's just thrown out on me. The Queen of Cups. I have no idea what that means. Maybe Shelley can explain that to me if she hears this. But yeah, Shelley, I thoroughly recommend you go and follow her on Facebook and on YouTube. Okay, so I will read this as an oracle card, not as a tarot, because I don't know what the Queen of Cups technically means. I'm going to interpret this card as generosity. This queen, this woman is sat on a simple box. She's not on a throne. She's on a simple box. And she's holding a cup. And in my mind, she wants to give the people around her this cup. She wants to give me this cup. She wants to give you this cup. This cup of knowledge. This sustenance. She wants to... She's not demanding with it. She is loving with it. She is nurturing. She's maternal with it. She wants to give this gift of nourishment. Give this gift of generosity, of fulfillment, of enlightenment is what I'm being drawn to say there. She's also truthful. She's sat in front of an open curtain. She's opening herself to the world. She's not hiding herself behind the curtain like the wizard in the Wizard of Oz. She's not pretending to be something that she's not. Her crown is simple, and she wears a pendant of a heart around her neck. She comes from a place of love and understanding. I'm very much seeing this woman as a mother figure. She's wearing, in this card, a green dress. To me, green means nature. It means getting back to truth, simplicity. Funny enough, what I've been talking about this morning already. Finding a place in the world where you can feel like you, where you feel comfortable to be quirky, where you feel comfortable to be sad, where you feel comfortable to be angry or weird or annoying or whatever it is that you want to be at the time. You need to feel it. This Queen of Cups is allowing you to do that and encouraging you to do that. It's okay not to be liked all the time. It's okay to be you and to show the world who you are. I do feel that the more you wrap yourself up in what other people expect you to be or want you to be, the more you smother yourself with this thick, gagging material that you're wrapping yourself up in. So have that courage to go out into the world. Be yourself. Find that simplicity. We'll pop that card back and wrap those cards up. Interestingly enough, I've been avoiding using those cards. When Mum died, I took a couple of the decks of her cards and wrapped them up in her scarves. Now I'm just trying to dust off all the sand. And these cards I've been avoiding because they're tarot. I don't know tarot per se. So I hope, Shelley, I did that one justice. I don't know what I was talking about, I don't know whether or not that was anything to do with what the Queen of Cups is about, but that is certainly how I felt and how I interpreted them. So yeah, now this scarf is covered in sand, so I'll leave a bit on there to remind me of my trip here. And yeah, I was not expecting to burst into tears there. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why I'm apologising, but yeah, that dog hair got me for some reason. That really cut hard. Next time I might do another recording, I don't know. We'll see how it goes out here. We've got another week or two out here in the islands. And as the world wakes up, as the fishermen chug along, I will say my farewell from where I am at the moment. I will leave you with some sounds I've recorded from our trip out here. I'll put a list in the episode notes to what the sounds are. But again, I wish you a very happy new year. Lots of love. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care.
Salatu